Greetings, everyone. I'm Steve Kramer with the Charter for Compassion. Welcome to our Rectangles of Love. Today is day 9 of our 14-day series of sessions for World Interfaith Harmony Week. Our theme this year is Living Wisdom, Meditations and Practices for a Compassionate Life. We believe that through the unity of all faith traditions, we can achieve peace, harmony, and compassion. Our intention is to be of authentic service to all of life. Love in full expression, LIFE. Just as we can all open up to the same sky through windows of different shapes and colors, so are there many pathways to dancing with the divine. We invite you to dance with us. Today, Dr. Rose Bui is sharing about living wisdom, the CaoDai perspective of welcoming all peoples through harmony. Today is the 100th anniversary of CaoDai's founding in Vietnam. Rose will share about this spiritual practice, which accepts practitioners of all religions, as all religions have sprouted from the same one divine origin. We are all united as individuals from the same source. Dr. Rose came to the U.S. from Vietnam 50 years ago. Together with her late husband, Dr. Rose Bui, they began writing and sharing about CaoDai and its invitation for all to live in unity, inclusion, and harmony. Before I turn the stage over to Rose, however, I would like to offer a land acknowledgement. We acknowledge and honor the interconnectedness of all beings, including the cosmos, Earth, indigenous peoples, our ancestors, and all of creation. We are grateful to all who came before us as caretakers of our planet. We recognize, as children of the earth, our responsibility to care for the land, gifts, and relationships that sustain us. We commit to approaching every interaction with reverence, reciprocity, harmony, and compassion. In healing ourselves, we heal the world. And now I'll turn the stage over to Rose.
Participating, and thank you, Compassionate California, the Rise section, for the hard work of putting this event up. I am Rose Bui, and at this special time of the Lunar New Year and the 100th anniversary of the founding of CaoDai, we have the honor to greet all of you, and I have the pleasure to present to you on the harmony that CaoDai, a faith of unity, brings. Slide are made by my late husband, Rose Bui, and myself. So what is CaoDai? It's a faith of unity and inclusion originating in Vietnam in the 1920s. It was founded through Spiritism by elders receiving messages from the above. Currently, it has 6 to 7 million followers, mostly in Vietnam, but now spread all over the world, secondary to the exodus of 1975. So how does CaoDai bring harmony? The harmony brought to humanity by CaoDai is based on 3 major teachings. First, unification of all faith tradition in the same divine origin. Second, inclusion of all in the universe with the cosmic principle, oneness. And third, we all receive a spark of the divine spirit. And with that spark of the divine spirit, we are destined to join the divine with cultivation. In the presentation, we will see first the three major teachings of CaoDai: unification, inclusion, spark of the divine spirit. Then we will discuss about the goals and practice. Then the inclusion of the feminine in the clergy. And we end with the summary of the three pillars in CaoDai, which are oneness, love and justice, and the triple-fold path. Unification of all faith. CaoDai states that all religions describe one divine source. All prophets speak about one God. And CaoDai states that the emergence of multiple religions over the past 5,000 years actually can be assembled into 5 ways and 3 revelations. The 3 revelations are: first one, 5,000 years ago; second, 2,500 years; third, contemporary, with unification of the 5 ways of the Tao and with the birth of CaoDai. The 5 ways of the Tao are described in CaoDai scriptures as first way of humanity, which teaches the fulfillment of our secular life in family and community. We fulfill our responsibility as a person in the family and in the community. Second, the way of local spirits, which are worshipped by ancient tribes of the wise spirit that have lived in the community. Third, the way of saints, based on service and sacrifice, and is the mainstay of Abrahamic religions. Fourth, the way of immortals, with respect of natural order and meditation. And fifth, the way of Buddha, eradication of humane emotions, meditation. This table shows the first revelation, the 5 ways of the Tao, and the prophets that are responsible of those ways in the first revelation. Humanity with King Fuxi, local spirits with all the ancient tribes, way of saints with Moses, with the founding of Judaism, way of immortals, Thái Thượng Đạo Quân, a previous incarnation of Lao Tse, way of Buddha, Hinduism, and Dipankara Buddha. In the second revelation, we have Confucius for way of humanity, Zhang Taigong for local spirits, and we have Jesus founding Christianity, and Muhammad, Islam, for the way of saints, and way of immortals with Lao Tse, way of Buddha with Gautama Buddha. In the third revelation, we see the unification of those 5 traditions with theosophy, Unitarian Universalism, Unity Church, New Thoughts, Baha'i, Spiritism. And with the advent of CaoDai, also known as the Third Universal Salvation of the Great Way, where we see unification of those ways. Having seen unification, we now progress to inclusion and spark of the divine spirit. Although unification harmonizes all religions into one way of life, inclusion unites all beings by stating that everything has a divine spark, leading to the concept of oneness. The inclusion of all in the universe with the cosmic principle via a divine spark is summarized in this quote from the collection of selected CaoDai holy messages. When there was nothing in the universe, God is saying, the cosmic ether gave birth only to me, and my throne is the universal monad. I divided the monad into the dyad, yin and yang, then the tetrad, then the tetragram. The latter changes continuously to form the universe. I then divided my spirit to create 10,000 things from elements to finally living beings. This is a very important, powerful statement. God gave to all of us, from elements to living being, a spark of his divine spirit. It is important, and because with that divine spirit in ourselves, we are brother and sister of the same spiritual family, and we can cultivate ourselves to join and be reunited with God. Follow are other significant quotes on the oneness of God and human nature. God say, you are a spiritual being on earth, sharing with me my spiritual light essence. Thus, you are given the key to the kingdom. You can be in the mundane plane or in the celestial kingdom at will. So we all carry a spark of the spiritual light essence of God. And God tells us that we have the freedom to use that key either to remain in the earthly plane or cultivate ourselves to join God in the celestial kingdom. More of God saying, this is indeed beautifully mysterious. God and man are one in essence. There's no difference. And this iconic sentence, I'm you, my children, and children, you are me. I'm you, my children, because God granted us a spark of his divine spirit. We have our physical body, we have our emotions, and we have our spirit, also commonly known as soul. And that spirit comes from God. Children, you are me because using that spirit from God, we can cultivate, become perfect, and join God in the celestial kingdom. Moving all along, we will now discuss about the goals and practice. The goals in CaoDai are of two aspects. First, the human Tao is peace, which means in our secular daily life, we fulfill the responsibility of bringing peace to ourselves, to the family, and to the community. The second aspect is the divine Tao is liberation. We cultivate ourselves so as to be united with God and liberated from reincarnation. This picture of the divine eye is how God wants us to represent God and the faith, the new faith, CaoDai. History related that the first disciple of God, Mr. Ngô Văn Chiêu, was meditating by the beach and saw the appearance of a bright eye at the horizon. He saw it in awe and he closed his eyes and the eye faded away. He did not do anything. A few days later, the eye appeared again bright at the horizon, and again he closed his eyes and the eye disappeared. A few days later, the eye appeared for the third time, and Mr. Chiu was very in awe and in respect and pray. Dear Master, if this is how you want me to represent you and to represent the noble faith, please make the brightness of the eye fade. And the eye faded gradually. So when he recovered, he drew what he saw in his vision, and the eye is sending bright rays to the sun, the moon, and the star. And that's how CaoDai Temple venerate God with the divine eye. We come now to practice. Practice rely on 4 different aspects. 1, any one a combination of the 5 ways. 2nd, observation of love and justice. 3rd, practice the triple-fold path of service, self-cultivation, and turning to inner self. And 4th, vegetarianism as much as possible. Practice any one a combination of the 5 ways, since the 5 ways are complementary and they address all approaches to our cultivation for peace and enlightenment, and will be done easily by any person. Observation of love and justice. Love is unconditional love without waiting for return. And justice is don't do to others what you don't want others to do to you. The second part, the third part of the triple-fold path is tam công, or service, công quả, self-cultivation, công trình, or turning to inner self, công phu. Service can be rendered at the physical level with food and shelter, at the emotional level with moral support. And note that in the picture, the teddy bear, which is an inanimate object, can give a support to the little girl. So we are all interconnected. And that is so beautiful what Steve has shared with us before our talk. The third part of service is spiritual, with prayers, sharing spiritual teachings. I would like now to read for you two quotes, one from the Bible and one from CaoDai regarding service. From Matthew 25:35, "For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. I needed clothes, you clothed me. I was sick, you looked after me. I was in prison, you came to visit me." And God said in CaoDai, "You do not need to seek for great philosophy. Just look at the life of your human companions and try to serve and nurture it. If you serve humanity with all your heart, the gate of heaven is already open to you." So service is the mainstay of our cultivation. We need to be useful to the family and to the community and serve wherever and whenever and whatever we can do to serve. The second part of the triple form path is self-cultivation with continuous self-improvement, taming of the emotions, study of scriptures, enhancement of service to all, application of love and justice. So self-cultivation gives us the will, the patience, and the perseverance, the resilience to go on our cultivation. The third part of the triple form path is turning to inner self meditation. So why do we meditate? And who, when, how? And we will see the 5 steps of evolvement in meditations. We meditate because when the human heart is quiet, the divine heart surfaces. So when the emotional movement of the daily life come to a quietness, to a standstill, that's when we appreciate our divine spirit. It is a moment of cessation of the daily secular turmoil, a food for the mind and the spirit. It gives physical and emotional benefits. Science has shown that meditation reduces stress, slow aging by increasing the telomere activity. Telomere is the end of the chromosome that becomes smaller and smaller after each division of the cells. But in people who meditate, it stays much longer time. And meditation enhances the immune function. Any person, regardless of background, can meditate. At the devotional level, meditation is the conversion point for faith tradition. Faith traditions are very different in the rituals, in the outer aspect. But when it comes to the meditation practice, the faith tradition converge and speak the same language. Find a time suitable to enter quietness every day, and it is helpful to come back at the same time every day. How do we meditate? We can use a point of focus like a light or here like a divine eye, and we harmonize the body, we harmonize the breathing, and we harmonize the mind. Harmonizing the body by relaxation of all muscles especially the muscles of the face, the muscle around the eye. We don't close or shut the eye, but we close lightly and relax all the muscles around the eyes. Then we breathe rhythmically, regularly, breathing in and thinking that we bring the chi flow from the top of the head to the end of the spine. And then breathing out, thinking that we bring the chi flow along the spine, up, along the back, up to the top of the head and exit. And by relaxation of the body and rhythmic breathing, it will come to the harmonizing of the mind. It makes our mind become quiet, still, and be connected with the spiritual realm. The 5 steps are: first, observation of precepts or self-purification. Second, concentration. Third, clarity of the mind. Fourth, wisdom. And fifth, liberation. Liberation from karma, from reincarnation. So in conclusion, we can see that the triple form path offers both exoteric or external approaches with service, studies, prayers, and esoteric or internal approaches with meditation, contemplation, which help us to develop our insight. It is also known as service and enlightenment concurrent cultivation. CaoDai professes for us to be vegetarian as much as we can, because vegetarianism would decrease bad karma, enhance the love to animals, conserve the environment, because we don't have to grow crops and save water in the raising of animals in the farms. And vegetarianism gives health benefit. We now come to inclusion of the feminine clergy and to the summary, the 3 pillars in CaoDai. The inclusion of the feminine in CaoDai is a hallmark of the religion. And the religion came from 1926. And already at that time, God insists in the creation of the female college. And CaoDai worships both Father God and Mother Goddess. And Mother Goddess has her own temple. She creates the physical and the mind, while God grants us the spirit. Mother God nurtures, educates, and brings the children back to the divine source. The female clergy in the CaoDai sacerdoce, the women have the same title and responsibility as the male. However, the legis cardinal and the pope position are reserved to male. So God said that male still has a little bit higher responsibility than female. The harmony that CaoDai brings to humanity relies on 3 pillars. First, oneness of all in the universe and the cosmic principle. We all have a shared light, spiritual light, that God granted to us. Second, observe love and justice. And third, practice the triple-form path of service, self-cultivation, and return to inner self. CaoDai books from Rose Bui, MD, and myself, such as CaoDai Faith of Unity, CaoDai for the Rhythm of Our Journey, CaoDai A Realizable Path to Light, are available on Amazon.com. And this show, the latest addition that we bring to the library is CaoDai Practical Answers for Seekers, which accumulate all the question and answer from diverse people on the globe. Thank you. And I'm open to comments and questions.
Thank you so
Forgot
much.
to unmute myself. If people are more comfortable, I'll stop the recording at this point, because people may feel freer to share without being recorded.